outside of the 10 boxes of Purim decor that we do and for the festival, and outside of the Purim spiel and the dinner theater and all of the food and all the things that we do to enter into this festival with all the understanding what it's about. The last thing I want to leave you with is the deepest part of this festival, and the reason why that I think that you should be celebrating this. I know Queen Esther and Mordecai thought you should be, but I want to say to believers in Yeshua, I want to say to the scattered Israel, to the 10 tribes who don't think that they're a part of Purim or they don't need to celebrate it, and to those Melchizedek priests who have been taught enmity against Purim, I want to challenge you to relook at this and with new eyes. And I want to show you something that I think is at the heart of Purim. We touched on it a bit, but Purim is about preparing to meet the King. And I'm going to show you how Hanukkah and Purim are related, how all of the feasts are related in. It's incredible, so just bear with me here. So this is a doll that I have made. It's a paper doll to help to illustrate what Purim is about and how everything is kind of related from Hanukkah through Purim, through the spring feast, through Shavuot, through the fall feast, okay? So I will also have this available for you. I gave these away this year to my guests who are here, but someday we will get this manufactured. Don't know. Okay, so watch. Okay, you ready? Okay. This is Israel. Do you see her? I don't know if you can see her face. No. There she is. This is Israel. This is the bride. Now she has underwear on, so don't freak out, okay? But this is Israel. Now, here is Israel's black heart. I'm going to put it right there. This is Israel with a broken heart, a heart full of idolatry, honestly. And so what we're going to do is we're going to get her from this point to being dressed and prepared to meet the King. You go through Hanukkah. Hanukkah is all about cleansing the heart from idolatry, getting the new heart where the Ruach HaKodesh lives, because our hearts, our bodies are a temple. They're a temple for our God, right? And since we've been worshiping idols, our hearts and our bodies have been temples for idolatry, for Hasatan. So other gods besides Yahweh. So what we're going to do is go through Hanukkah, the cleansing process of Hanukkah, and get the new heart. And have our temple be dedicated back to its original purpose. Original purpose to be a house for Yehovah. Not any other idols but Yehovah. So you've gone through Hanukkah. No more black heart. Now you have the heart of flesh. The red heart, the good heart, the noble heart, the heart where the Ruach HaKodesh lives, right? All right, so then with the Ruach HaKodesh living in you, remember who the Ruach HaKodesh represented? Is represented by in the story of Purim? Haggai. And what did Queen Esther do? She asked Haggai what the king liked, right? So this other Israel with the black heart was Vashti. I want to do it my way, my time, my feast, not the seventh day, yada yada. But with the new heart and the Ruach living in here, who is the guide to Israel, the bride, the betrothed, we now ask the Ruach HaKodesh, what does the king like? And I will wear that. So you can't show up to the king in underwear. So we have to get dressed, right? So we have to take one step before we put the dress on. We have to look at what our Rabbi Yeshua said, that what was the greatest commandment that he said? Love Yehovah with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, all your strength, all your everything. So that goes right here. So you love Yahovah, Yahweh, with all your heart, all your soul, all your strength, all your everything. That goes on this hand. Okay, hands represent doing. So you're going to love him with your actions. Yes, because your actions speak louder than your words. So if you just give him lip service, ain't gonna fly, ain't gonna cut it. So you want to give him your actions. So love Yahovah with your actions. But Yeshua goes on to say, love others as yourself. So then on this hand, you love others. Okay? So love Yahovah, love others. Yeshua goes on to say that all the law and the prophets hang on these two things. Okay, so you got this hand, love Yahovah, this hand, love others. Where does the hands come from? They come from the shoulders, right? This is the dress. And this dress is the dress of righteousness. The clean white dress that he wants you to wear to the great wedding feast, right? That you need to be wearing right now. And this hangs, the dress hangs on the shoulders of love Yahovah and love others. Love Yahovah with all your heart and love others as yourself. I love paper dolls. So now she has the dress, the white dress on, but notice where it's hanging from. So if she didn't have these two shoulders, the dress wouldn't stay on. So Yeshua was saying, Rabbi Yeshua was saying that love Yahovah with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, all your strength, all your everything, and love others as yourself. All the law and the prophets hang on these two things. This is the law and the prophets. This is the royal law. This is the righteousness that we need to be wearing. This is the right doings that get us into the great wedding feast. So without this dress, you ain't going anywhere. Yeshua says in his parable, remember his parable of the wedding feast and the guy who was found without the wedding garments, and he got in somehow without them, and they threw him out into where there was gnashing and weeping of, gnashing of teeth and weeping and gnashing of teeth. Without this dress, that's where you go. Without this dress, you don't get into the great wedding feast. And this dress is righteousness. It's right doings. Okay? So we put this on. But how do you get this dress on? Oh my gosh, it's so cool. Okay, check this out. You went through Hanukkah to get the new heart, get rid of idolatry and get the new heart. You come to Purim to learn about this dress, how to get prepared to meet the king. So you begin to ask the Ruach HaKodesh, what does Papa like? What pleases the king? And you find out it's this white dress of righteousness. So you go into Pesach, which is next, and you get your dress, your filthy dress that you had on before, washed clean in the blood of Yeshua, and it gets whiter than snow, made whiter than snow. And then during the Feast of Unleavened Bread, you begin to eat of Yeshua, right? You eat and eat and eat of Yeshua so that you have, check this out. So that you have the glory of Yahovah in you. You want to sparkle and shine. He's gonna want to show you off to the nations. So he's going to put in you because you're eating of Yeshua, you're going to get in you all the kinds of things that Yeshua was. And Yeshua had everything in him. Did he not? He pleased Papa. And we want to have Yeshua in us so that we please Papa. So the glory is this little overlay I have here. Yahovah wants to put ornaments on your dress. That's what this little overlay is representative of, is the ornaments that go on your dress. So the ornaments of love, joy, peace, patience, long-suffering, all of those things. And if you read what Yeshua was... what Yeshua wanted to see in his royal priest and his Melchizedek priest, in you and in me, you come up with like over 300 and some things that are ornaments. So when you eat of Yeshua during unleavened bread, you get the sparkles, you get the things that Yahovah wants to put on your dress so that he can show you off to the nations. Cool, huh? So then you have the sparkles on your dress, you get the ornaments on your dress through eating of Yeshua, right? And that leads you to Shavuot, which at Shavuot is all about entering into covenant with your bridegroom. So you'll say I do, and and you get the ketubah, and so you enter into this covenant so that it's like, the legal things are done so that you can actually show up on Yom Teruah to meet the king. So on Yom Teruah, you're prepared. At that point, you're prepared to meet the king, which then after that, on Yom Kippur, you get your acquittal stone. It's a totally done deal. In Yom Kippur, the court in heaven is open, and it is a done deal. You have the last name of YHVH ELOHIM through betrothal to his son, who's the kinsman redeemer, Yeshua HaMashiach. And then on Sukkot, then you live together. And on Shemini, it's the consummation of, oh my gosh, isn't that the coolest thing? Look at that. See how Purim is so essential in this whole thing? Hanukkah, new heart. Idolatry gone, new heart. Purim, then you begin to ask the Ruach HaKodesh what pleases the king. I want to get dressed like that. Pesach, get your righteousness, your right doing, get in line with Papa. You get your dress washed in the blood of Yeshua. Unleavened bread, you begin to eat of Yeshua so that he gets in you, so that you are now ornated with the glory of Yehovah, so that he can now show you off to the nations when you show up at Shavuot in front of him and Yeshua, to engage in that covenant relationship. And then you are then prepared to meet the king on Yom Teruah, who will come in the clouds one day, and you get to meet him on Yom Teruah. And then on Yom Kippur, it is sealed, done deal. Everything is legally done. Then you get to go live together during Sukkot, and on Shemini, it is intimacy with your king, intimacy with your bridegroom. The cycle of the feast, the yearly annual cycle, is that not the most beautiful thing in the world? It says in Revelation that she was given clothing of fine linen bright and pure, for the fine linen she wears is the righteous acts of the saints, the right doings of the saints. Oh. This is where I think the beauty of Purim comes out. When you see the lineup, you see the yearly cycle of all the feasts and festivals, and how important Purim is in this, to ask the Ruach HaKodesh what pleases the king. And then you can enter the spring feasts properly, knowing what those spring feasts are for personally. There's a corporate reason that they exist. There's a very personal reason they exist. And so Papa wants to invite you into the cleansing of Hanukkah, the Ruach showing you what pleases him during Purim, and the whole process of the spring feast, which will give you the kind of clothing, the dress, that is the garments that are going to get you into the great wedding feast. And Shavuot, you'll be ready. Isn't that so beautiful? So I will have these dolls for sale on my website in the future.